So guys, I have this video here from Dreamcore. Dreamcore makes awesome videos, and this video is called Why 326 may finally be the missing Atlas expansion. So this is for PoE1. We are finally getting teasers for the 326 for PoE1. I am excited. I want to play it. But I didn't know that you guys want an Atlas expansion in PoE1. Some days ago, I looked at the Atlas 3 in PoE1 and I thought it was really cool. But you guys want an expansion for that? Brother, how cool can that expansion be then? Let's see what he says in here about it, dude.
Path of Exile 1's 3.26 update is finally on its way. We've had no mention of any extended delays, and just a few days ago we got the very first teaser for 3.26, which I believe indicates that the scheduled release window of June is still very much the plan. So what does this mean for PoE1? Well, it's going to get its first League release in over 10 months. The longest absence of primary updates since the League system was first introduced all the way back in 2013 with Onslaught League. Ever since then, GGG have been consistently shipping updates and reliable patches for Path of Exile 1, and this reliable release cycle became the bread and butter of their marketing strategy to make PoE1 successful and attract a wider audience over time. And that's exactly what it did. In fact, Settlers League was the most successful PoE1 league to date in terms of player peak, drawing the largest concurrent player count on Steam, and Settlers even had a higher player retention than Affliction League 2 weeks in, an impressive feat.
And let me tell you, 326, at least, I don't know about player retention because it will depend on how good the league is. But the high peak of players, I think it will be higher than Settlers. Because first of all, you have a lot of PoE1 players that have been waiting for a new league for a long time, and they are accumulated waiting for the times the gates open to get in there. And on top of that, you also have the new PoE2 players like myself that want to try PoE1. So there is no way in hell 326 doesn't break the record for PoE1 at least. I don't know if it will break the PoE2 launch record. Probably it can happen. But the PoE1 it will break it for sure, 100%.
Considering just how successful Affliction was. But here's the thing, Settlers League launched in July 2024, and in just 2 months we'll be in the middle of July 2025, and Settlers is still the current league. So what went wrong? How is it that a live service game that had been consistently growing over time, a 10-plus-year-old game by the way, that's almost unheard of, how is it that the updates just abruptly stopped? Well, it's hard to believe that it was less than 2 years ago when we all thought that PoE2 was still going to be update 4.0 for Path of Exile 1. Until
Path of Exile 1 and 2 will be separate, with their own mechanics, balance, in-games, and leagues.
Now, we all know what's happened.
I do think that it was a correct decision. I wouldn't be playing PoE2 if it wasn't, or PoE if it wasn't separated. I know some people don't like it that it is separated, but I think it was a correct move, and I think the numbers back it up.
In the time between then and now, Path of Exile 2 has released into early access after several delays, and Path of Exile 1 has had some of its best leagues of all time. Trial of the Ancestors, Affliction, Settlers, and, well, we don't talk about Necropolis. And then the updates for PoE1 just stopped. And they stopped because all of GGG's resources were being dedicated to PoE2. And whilst this was the first major sign of PoE2's impact on PoE1, we can actually look back and see that this has been going on quietly in the background for much longer. You see, we used to get consistent 3-month releases, and then around the time of Sentinel or Calandra League, the average league cycle tipped up to 4 months instead of 3. So we went from 4 league releases per year to 3. And that's not the only thing that we used to get consistently for PoE1 either, because we also used to have one major league launch once a year, which also included an Atlas expansion. Cirrus and the Elder Slayers in 3.9, Maven and her Boss Gauntlets in 3.13, and the Eater and Exarch Pinnacle fights in 3.17.
Oh, it is because you guys have gotten Atlas expansions before. I didn't know that. This is new information for me. That is why you expect this patch to have an Atlas expansion, because it has happened before, and it is time for you to get another one because the last leagues didn't have it. Okay. That is good to know. That is fucking awesome, dude. Let's hope it happens then. Let's hope it happens then.
Then 3.21 came with no Atlas expansion, and I remember thinking that makes sense because ExileCon is just around the corner, and surely they're saving it for that. But then ExileCon came around, and 3.22 was announced, and there's no Atlas expansion. In fact, it's crazy to think that we're almost 10 leagues into the current Atlas expansion, which was first introduced in 3.17 in February 2022. We've had the same Atlas for over 3 years. And I can't complain too much about that because the current Atlas system is really good. There's a reason why many of the more recent leagues, you know, Sentinel, Affliction, Sanctum, and the likes, there's a reason why those leagues are so memorable. And that's because the base game is just so good. The fundamental core of Atlas progression is so good. But with that said, I think that...
Are these bosses in PoE1? That boss looks cool as fuck, dude.
It's just so good. The fundamental core of Atlas progression is so good.
This motherfucker looks really fucking cool, dude. What the fuck?
But with that said, I think that PoE1's upcoming 3.26 update may finally be the Atlas expansion that has been missing for these past few years. And there's a few good reasons for that. The first is the current state of PoE1. If we're to be completely honest for a moment, GGG have neglected PoE1, and it's unfortunate that that's how it's gone, but that's the cold, hard truth.
It is a truth, we all know it, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. And again, we have talked about this before, it is a management problem, and I hope they get their shit together, dude.
This is the game that put them on the map. This is the game that, through all of its success, has funded PoE2's development, and this is the game that so many people still enjoy. And yet, it's been left in the darkness. Player sentiment in regards to GGG and PoE1 and its future has been at an all-time low.
What skill is that one, guys? That one looks cool as fuck.
Player sentiment in regards...
This one, what skill is this one? He has like, he's hitting like in an arc with red shit. What skill is this?
To GGG and PoE1 and its future has been at an all-time low. And now is the time when GGG need a serious win in regards to PoE1. If what they say is true and they do want to develop both games at the same time, now is the time to prove it.
I do think they want to. They have been facing problems doing it. But you know what? I think they are going to start. Maybe I am on copium. Maybe I am on hopium. But I think that from now on, they will hit it. What do I mean? They just released 0.2, right? In April. They are going to release 3.26 in June. I think they are on track to release in 0.3 2 months after that. So you go June, July, no. What the fuck? I don't know the fucking months. June, July, August. I do think that 0.3 for PoE2 is going to release end of August, early September, or maybe early August even, because early August will be 4 months. Whole April, whole May, whole June, whole July, it will be early August. So early to mid-August, we get 0.3, I am sure. And then the moment of truth will be getting 327 in October. If we get 327 in October, they are in the flow. They are in the flow. So let's see what happens. I think they can do it starting from right now.
It really feels like PoE1 is in this sink or swim state right now, and a big successful league will go a long way to restoring some of that goodwill that has been eroded away over the past year or so. Now, reason 2 is that the best time for an Atlas expansion was last league, or the league before that one, or indeed the one before that one. But those are in the past now, and the next best time is now.
What is this, brother? This is the Ritualist in PoE2, but this is PoE1. This image right here. This image is the Ritualist in PoE2. Why is it in PoE1 and this looks like an Ascendancy, like the Ritualist? What is this, brother?
Indeed, the one before that one. But those are in the
and that is the Ritualist.
past now. And the next best time is...
These are like Ascendancies, right? What the fuck is this? This looks awesome, dude. That might be the Occultist. Are these Ascendancies for the Occultist in PoE1? But look at the names. Wildwood Primalist, Warlock of the Mist, Warden of the Magi. These are not the Ascendancies for the Occultist. The Ascendancies for the Occultist are Necromancer, Elementalist, and I don't remember the other one.
Is now. It's entirely possible, and I think even quite likely, that the next Atlas expansion for PoE1 was and has been mapped out for quite some time, but the resources simply haven't been available to deliver that update in a timely fashion, and as we got closer and closer to PoE2's launch, the resources dried up to the point where this was impossible to put together. It was all hands on deck for PoE2, and that makes sense. But we're now 6 months removed from PoE2's early access launch, and the early access is beginning to look a lot more like a marathon rather than a sprint to a 1.0 launch. And so, this is going to be the first real opportunity that GGG have to put their focus back on PoE1 and lay out their vision of developing both games in tandem. Many of us have been skeptical as to whether they can pull this off, myself included, but part of me believes...
I think they can do it. I think they can do it. Maybe I am on hopium, but I think they will do it. was for a season. Oh, okay, okay. They were like a second ascendancy from the league mechanics. Oh, okay. So basically they recycle the ritualist ascendancy for PoE2. They are Wild Wisp characters, NPCs, Affliction League. Oh, okay. It was a league mechanic. Nice. So that is not in the game right now. It was only for that league. Okay.
Believes that they can, and 3.26 will be a major step towards that goal. Now, the third and final reason for me is this teaser right here. There's just absolutely no way that GGG didn't imagine that people would immediately link this teaser to an Atlas expansion. So let's take a quick look at the teaser in detail. Now, over on the Reddit, we actually get a bit more context on this image, as the title of the post is Journal Entry My Purpose. So this reads, "For the first time in my life, I found meaning, purpose. A path has revealed itself, winding inexorably towards the Atlas."
They just outright included the fucking word in the chat. There is no way they don't expand it, right? Like, why the fuck would you include the word Atlas in the chat if you are not going to do anything to the Atlas? Something has to happen to the Atlas, dude.
There are secrets buried there, I know it. Secrets I was born to find. The trail is set, and I must follow it to the originator. Now, we don't know exactly who is writing this. I think the Shaper makes the most sense, and we're reading his past journal entries from a long time ago, but it could be a returning Zana or a new character entirely. And we also don't know who or what the originator is. But this teaser just screams Atlas expansion to me. It's very likely Zana or Shaper related, and I think if they're bringing Zana back, there's just no way they're going to do this in a random league. With that said, they did do Calandra League, but we don't talk about that. And there's also this
I always hear that the Calandra League was the worst fucking league, dude. Let me see. The Shaper PoE. So this is the famous Shaper. This is a boss, right? You fight this dude. He looks cool, dude. He looks like a cool character for sure. The Shaper is one of the bosses of the Atlas endgame system, okay? He's a pinnacle boss in the Shaper's realm. Okay, okay, okay. That is fucking cool, dude. So he thinks that this dude wrote this. No, hey, wrote this. Okay, nice.
originator character. We don't know who or what that is, but it sounds like it could be some kind of new boss, maybe with a different name. And I don't know, guys. This teaser for me, it just has Atlas expansion written all over it. What do you guys think? Am I on industrial grade copium over here, or is there just no shot that they would put this kind of teaser out if they didn't have something big planned?
I think you are not on copium because then we both are on copium because I think the same thing. Why the fuck are they including the word Atlas and all of this is related to that if they are not going to at least do something about it? I don't think it is copium.
Let me know by commenting below. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, stay tuned and stay safe.
Hey brother, Dreamcore, awesome video as always. I love Dreamcore's videos. And yes, dude, I am excited, dude. I am excited about the 326 league. I am going to finally go deep into a league in PoE1 because the Frisia league was not the same, let's be honest, guys. And it is going to be with an Atlas expansion league. That is fucking awesome. So I am going to be testing new stuff alongside you guys. That will be really fucking cool. So yes, Dreamcore, thank you for this video, dude. Thank you for this video, brother. See, 4.0 and not 326. But he's saying that in 317, they also got an Atlas expansion, and it was still 317. The 4 implies an overhaul of the whole fucking game, right? What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever because this is just a ride.